Yosemite National Park, a land of towering granite cliffs, ancient sequoia groves, and waterfalls that seem to touch the sky. It's one of America's most beloved natural wonders, a place of breathtaking beauty and adventure. Millions of people from all over the world flock here every single year, hoping to capture a piece of its magic. But hidden within this sprawling wilderness, there's a story that most visitors will never hear. A story that park officials would rather keep buried. It's a story about a place not marked on any map, a place known only to a few as the Black Spot. This isn't a designated viewpoint or a scenic picnic area. It's an unmarked, unofficial trail, a whisper among the trees near the popular Mist Trail. If you were to ask a park ranger about it, they'd likely tell you it doesn't exist. Officially, it's a fiction. A ghost story told around campfires. But for 5 dedicated park rangers, this ghost story became a terrifying reality. 5 professionals, men and women, who knew the intricate network of Yosemite's trails better than their own backyard. And one by one, over a period of 15 years, they all vanished on that single secret trail. The disappearances began in 1998 and continued until 2013. The official records for each case are clean, concise, and eerily similar. They were closed as accidental falls, tragic but not uncommon accidents in such a rugged landscape. It's a plausible explanation. Yosemite is vast, and its terrain can be unforgiving. But recently, a series of leaked internal reports from a former park ranger paints a much more disturbing picture. These documents tell a different story, not a story of accidents, but a story of a trail that seems to have an appetite, a trail that swallows people whole. The first to disappear was Ranger David Miller in the fall of 1998. He was a seasoned ranger, respected for his tracking skills and his calm demeanor. On that day, he was investigating reports of an illegal campsite near the Vernal Fall area. It was a routine task, something he had done hundreds of times before. At precisely 3 p.m., his radio crackled for the last time, then went silent. The search and rescue operation was launched immediately. The teams were extensive, thorough, and filled with his friends and colleagues. They found his tracks easily enough, but what they discovered next sent a chill through the entire search party. Specially trained search dogs, known for their ability to follow a scent through almost any terrain, led the team directly to the informal entrance of what the internal documents called the Black Spot. And there they stopped. It wasn't that the scent was lost. It was something else. The dogs, these brave and disciplined animals, began to whimper. They tucked their tails, flattened their ears, and refused to move a single step further down the path. They were terrified of something on that trail. Ranger Miller's body was never found. The official cause of death was listed as a presumed fall. Case closed. 7 years passed. The memory of Ranger Miller's disappearance faded into a cautionary tale, a somber reminder of the park's dangers. Then, in 2005, it happened again. Ranger Sarah Jenkins was a bright, ambitious ranger who had become unofficially obsessed with the Miller case. She didn't believe the official story. She had spent her off hours poring over the case files, studying maps, and talking to rangers who had been on the original search team. She believed there was a piece of the puzzle missing. She told a colleague she was going to do some off-trail surveying near the Mist Trail, the same area where Miller had vanished. She was never seen alive again. The search for Sarah was even more frantic than the one for David. The park couldn't lose another ranger. This time, they found something. 3 weeks later, a hiker discovered Sarah's body nearly 3 miles away from the black spot in a different part of the park entirely. The location made no sense, but the condition of her body was even more baffling. There were no signs of a fall, no animal attack, no evidence of foul play. The coroner was stumped, and there was one detail that was so bizarre it was initially withheld from the main report. Her entire ranger uniform shirt, pants, even her socks was turned perfectly inside out. The official explanation was disorientation due to hypothermia, but the rangers who found her knew that didn't feel right. It felt ... wrong. The park went on high alert. The Black Spot Trail, though officially non-existent, was now a source of deep fear and speculation among the staff. For 8 years, there were no further incidents. The trail was silently and unofficially forbidden territory. But the mystery gnawed at the park's administration. They couldn't just leave a potential danger zone unchecked. In the spring of 2013, they decided to act. They assembled a special team of 3 of their most experienced and trusted rangers. Mark, a grizzled veteran of 30 years. Elena, a geology expert. And Tom, a young but highly skilled wilderness EMT. Their mission was clear and definitive. Map the black spot, assess its dangers, and permanently seal its entrance. They were equipped with state-of-the-art GPS, satellite phones, and emergency beacons. They were supposed to be in and out in 6 hours. They vanished within a single week. The team checked in at the trailhead as planned. Their initial radio reports were normal. They described the trail as steep but manageable. Then, the transmissions became sporadic. Their final broadcast, logged Achi, 4:17 p.m. on the 3rd day, sent shockwaves through the command center. It wasn't a call for help. It was just a single, breathless, terrified word from Mark, the veteran leader. It's here. This was followed by a burst of static, a sound that audio technicians later analyzed and classified only as unidentifiable atmospheric interference. And then silence, just like the others. All 3 of them were gone. The leaked reports reveal a pattern, a ritualistic element to these disappearances that defies any logical explanation. In every single case, from Ranger Miller to the team of 3, the missing ranger had left behind a single personal item at the very entrance of the Black Spot Trail. David Miller's wedding ring was found sitting on a flat rock. For Sarah Jenkins, it was one of her worn-out hiking boots, the laces tied. For the 2013 team, they found Mark's reading glasses, Elena's favorite compass, and Tom's pocket. These weren't items that would be dropped accidentally. They were cherished, essential possessions, left behind as if in offering, or a Safinau desperate marker. After the loss of 5 of their own, the National Park Service took drastic measures. The secrecy was no longer tenable. An emergency crew was dispatched not to search, but to seal. They didn't venture down the trail. They worked only at its entrance, pouring a thick concrete barrier, embedding it with rebar, trying to physically erase the path from existence. The black spot was officially and finally closed forever. But the story doesn't end there. If you know where to look, you can still find that concrete wall, now weathered and covered in moss, and on that wall you'll see graffiti. It's not the usual tags from hikers. It's carefully scrawled, a repeated message left by those who know the story, by former rangers who need to leave a warning. The message is always the same. 3 simple words. Don't look up. What is on that trail? What entity or phenomena could make 5 experienced rangers vanish without a trace? What did they see in their final moments that compelled them to leave such a cryptic and chilling warning? Yosemite National Park is one of the most beautiful places on Earth. But the story of the black spot is a terrifying reminder that even in our most sacred natural sanctuaries, there are corners that remain wild, unknown, and deeply, deeply dangerous. Some secrets, it seems, are buried for a reason. Thanks for watching. If you found this story as unsettling as I did, hit that like button and subscribe for more dives into the unknown. Stay safe out there.